Hello, everybody. This is Captain in the house. I hope we are all fine. Now, we're going to talk about another topic for today, which is it's going to be a benefit. It's quite important in our life. The topic for today is called setting boundaries. It is very important to set boundaries in our life. Why is it important to set boundaries in our life? You can set boundaries in relationship. You can set boundaries in your office. You can even set boundaries at home as well. Even the one is in the office, setting a boundary is standard. When you work in a corporate world, there's some certain discussion when you're talking about it, you need to be very sensitive. But this is actually peculiar or is tailored to mainly individual people. That in your life, it's always very good to set boundary. So why is it important for us to set boundaries in our life? It's important for so many reasons. The first thing why I personally set boundary is to prevent unnecessary invasion into my space. I like my private life. I don't want unnecessary drama. So from day one in any of my relationship, I like to set boundaries so that I won't experience unexpected invasion into my space. And if there's unexpected invasion because I initially failed to set boundary, it's going to lead to wrath. It's going to lead to argument. It's going to lead to fight. Because if people can just come into your life anyhow, a point is coming that you might not actually appreciate what they're doing in your life, but you fail to set a boundary. For instance, I have my own house. It is not everybody that can invite to my house, number one. Depending on the level of relationship, I'm setting a boundary. It is not everybody that I even invite to my house that will go to my bedroom. You're setting a boundary. But in a situation where you have some friends that you did not set boundary, they might not do it to offend you, but because you're so free and you're so loose in everything, they can just bust into your bedroom, especially if you're married. But it's good to set a standard, it's good to set a boundary in whatever we're doing so that we prevent unnecessary conflict and even for safety as well. When you set boundary with things or with people, you're preventing some things, you're saving your life as well. And boundary as well could be discussion as well. You're not loose to talk about everything. You reserve some to yourself. It's a part of setting boundary to you, your own personal life as well. Because some people, when they're discussing maybe other 5, 10 minutes, you've known everything about them, you've known their problem. You're not setting a boundary. It's not everybody you tell your problem that will help you. So you need to be sensitive and personally to set boundary within yourself. Then you now set boundary with probably your environment. It goes a long way. It helps you. And when you set a boundary, people know your like and dislike, and it gives you more value and respect as well. For instance, in your workplace, depending on the kind of work you're doing, depending on the environment, in terms of discussion, there are some things you would discuss in the office or you talk about, probably your personal life. With the way women being are, if you do not set a personal boundary to your own life as well, those things you've talked about in your office, they can use it against you because you're loose and you've exposed your life to them. And it might be things you've done in the past that now you've kind of gained experience and you've learned in the hard way. Despite the fact that those things you've talked about, maybe it could be a secret that you've left behind you and you're no longer that kind of a person, they can bring it forward for you because you did not set the boundary with your speeches, with your talk, with your discussion. So sometimes it's even for your own safety to set a boundary. you limit the kind of discussion, especially in your work area. It is very, very important, and it will save you one day or the other. So learn to set boundary. In relationship as well, maybe with your friends or your colleague, you need to set boundary that this is my like, this is my dislike. The moment they take a step that you don't like, and then you speak it out, next time it will not happen. And that will prevent a future argument or a conflict because you've set a boundary. And when you set a boundary, it's like you're setting a standard. Someone like me in my office, I don't swear because according to the God I serve, all those F word, we don't use it. In the Bible, you will see all those things there. So I live my life in a defined way. And if you're not happy with my relationship, my God I serve, and I'm a disciplined person in terms of the way I speak with people, then there will be a standard boundary with that kind of a person that, okay, my relationship with this person might actually be a struggling one because of the way I've shaped my life. If you're not happy with it, then I'll set a boundary. So that when it comes to that kind of a discussion, we have a limitation. The only thing that will make us to relate together is maybe the work that we're doing in the office. And after the work, and I leave my desk, that's the end of it. So it's actually very good to set a boundary for your own safety, for value reason, for respect reason. So setting a boundary is important. Even at home, as a family man, when it comes to discipline with my kids, I'm not their friend, I'm their father. So I'm setting a boundary based on the discipline category. That this time around, I'm not your friend, I'm your father. So you need to be disciplined. So I set a boundary. And when in the another category, when I'm my children's friend, maybe we're playing as a family gathering together, playing basketball, playing game. At that particular time, I am your friend. But in a situation where you need to be corrected, I'll set a boundary. This time around, I'm your father. I'm not your friend. You need to be corrected. I've been a lecturer for the past 20 years. When I'm relating with my student, I set a boundary. It's even standard in the education sector. I'm not your friend. Throughout my career, I'm still doing lecturing as well. I set a standard boundary so that the student will not disrespect me, and I also will not disrespect the student because there's a standard. So it's very, very good to set a boundary, even with your family, with your siblings. It is always very good to set a boundary. A good example is our Lord Jesus Christ. He has a boundary as well. Remember when the devil came to tempt him, he set a standard boundary that man shall not live by food alone. When he told Jesus Christ to actually jump, he did not jump because he set the boundary. Then his first miracle, when he turned water into wine, it's when the people come to him at the ceremony that the wine has finished. Jesus does not jump up immediately to go and attend to them. There was a standard. He set a boundary, and when it's time for him to perform the miracle, he went ahead and performed the miracle. So setting a boundary is very important to prevent unnecessary invasion, to prevent unnecessary drama, and to maintain your standard and your value as well. That is why it's important to set a boundary. And when you set a boundary, some things will go into places and there will be respect in your life. That people will respect you, they will value you more because you have a standard, because you set a boundary. So, in conclusion, in relationship, either in your office, your church, your home, it's always good to set a boundary to prevent unnecessary invasion into your space, to maintain the respect and the value that people have for you. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and I appreciate you taking your time to hear me out. And I'm sure this discussion will benefit us in one way or the other. And please remember to like and remember to subscribe. I'm going to come back again to give us another interesting topic that will be a benefit to everybody. Thank you. Have a nice one. God bless.